Most guitarists think in terms of scales, shapes, and positions. What if the real secret to writing sick riffs isn't just what you play, but where you play it on the neck? Today we're breaking down the three main fretboard zones that can completely change the character of your riffs. Whether you're going for something crushingly heavy, melodic, or something with groove. Each part of the neck has its own voice, and when you start treating these zones like distinct weapons in your riff writing arsenal, your guitar parts start hitting way harder. In this lesson, you'll learn what the different fretboard zones are for metal riffing and how to use them intentionally depending on what types of ideas you're looking to write. So let's dive in. So first up, we've got what I call the high zone, okay? And there's not any hard barriers to this whole thing, but the way I look at it, the high zone can be anywhere from fret 10 onward, all the way up to whatever the highest fret on your guitar is. This zone can be a lot of fun to play in, particularly if you're looking for some bouncy or melodic ideas, especially for those 1 to 2 string ideas where you just want to use your open low E string and somehow bring in that low end into the equation. And I want to give you a quick disclaimer up front about these zones because they can easily overlap with one another. I'm just giving you a general map of the fretboard, and as you'll see briefly in the example I'm about to show you, you don't have to limit yourself only to one zone per riff. You can always pull from any area of the fretboard whenever you're coming up with your ideas, but here's what a riff can sound like when you're primarily sitting in that high zone of your fretboard. As you can see, you can definitely play some metal riffs over the high zone, which we often reserve most for our guitar solos. And if you're into the lead guitar side of things, or you're more curious about shred guitar, I've got a little bonus gift I want to give you right now, and that's my Shred Smarter Blueprint. It breaks down the 3 biggest mistakes that are secretly killing your speed, and it shows you exactly what to do instead if you want to play faster, tighter, and cleaner. It's a must-have for any serious rock or metal guitarist, and it's totally free, so just click the link for that in the description, or go to zachsharguitar.com to level up your shred game. Next up, we've got the middle zone, and the way I look at it, the middle zone is anywhere between fret 5 and fret 10 of your guitar. And you can play a lot of the same things in this zone as you can the high zone, but the tone is a bit different. It tends to be clearer, and even though the contrast between these notes is the same compared to what is played in the high zone, the contrast almost sounds less pronounced when you're hovering over the middle zone. And this area tends to be really great for some mid-range power chord ideas and really some melodic riffing and metalcore grooves. So let's jump in. I'm going to show you quickly a little idea of what this can sound like when you're coming up with a riff in this zone. Last on the list is the low zone, and I see this zone as being anywhere from any of the open strings all the way up to fret 5 of your guitar. And generally, this zone tends to be reserved more for your heaviest, low-end chugging ideas. So here's a quick sample of what the low zone sounds like. Don't look at these zones as fixed box positions, and what I mean by that is you can easily jump around the fretboard as much as you'd like by going from one zone to the next. And these zones don't even have to be next to each other. You can go back and forth from the low zone to the high zone while skipping the middle zone completely if you wanted to. This whole underlying concept simply serves to give you ideas if you're feeling stuck or if you want to get better at writing music more intentionally. So, when you're writing riffs, don't just stay stuck near one part of the neck. Use the low zone to write chugging riffs that hit like a sledgehammer, the middle zone for clarity and melody, and the high zone if you want to create some bouncy rhythm ideas. This kind of fretboard awareness is what separates basic riffs from the ones that actually stick. And when you start writing with that kind of intention, everything changes. And if you want to take this even further and level up your technique while fixing the bad habits that are slowing you down, download my Shred Smarter blueprint if you haven't done so already. It's totally free and it's packed with the tools I use to help players solo, especially when they're shooting for greater speed and precision. So you'll find the link for that below in the description. Grab it now and start shredding smarter today. I'm Zach with Zach Shar Guitar. Thanks so much for watching. Stick in, stay metal, and God bless.